I know the feeling. You want to stay home with your kids. You want to be the one that picks them up from school every day, takes them to their appointments, attends the class parties, and makes memories with them all summer long. Or maybe you want the flexibility to stay home and homeschool. But there's that one nagging thought that keeps you up at night. How do you make the money work being a stay-at-home mom? You don't want to go back to a 9 to 5, but you know you need to bring in an income to help your family. What if I told you you don't have to choose, that you can build a real business that brings in meaningful income for your family without working 40 hours a week and sacrificing that time with your kids? And it's simpler than you think. When I had my first baby 14 years ago, I hated how little time I was able to spend with him because I was working full time as a teacher at that point. There was really only about 2 hours that I was able to spend with him between picking him up from daycare and laying him down for bed at night. And that is not what I wanted. I wanted nice, slow mornings where we could wake up and take a walk to the park. I wanted to be the one that fed him and rocked him to sleep for his nap. So I took a leap of faith and I started my very first business, which was as a family photographer. And within a few months, I was running a profitable photography business that allowed me to stay home with him. And ever since then, I've built 4 businesses over the last 14 years of being a stay-at-home mom and entrepreneur. And now it is my privilege to help other moms do the same. So I help women build and scale businesses in just about 20 hours a week or less that brings them that financial freedom, but also allows them to spend more time than ever with their kids. If this stirs something in your heart that just maybe this could work for you, but you don't know where to start, over the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you my simple business plan formula that is going to outline the first few steps that you need to take to get your business off the ground quickly. This framework cuts out all the fluff, all the things that maybe you feel like you have to do to start a business, but you really don't, and really breaks it down to a few actionable steps that are going to help you launch a profitable business from home. This simple business plan framework is 6 steps and it follows the acronym for the word simple. So the very first step, that letter S, is specify your person. The most important question in business is who. Who are you speaking to? Who are you going to serve? If you do not have your who nailed down, your business is not going to grow. You can think you want to speak to everyone, but people are going to feel like you're not speaking to them because you're not being specific enough. So narrow down your niche, narrow down your audience, and really figure out who it is that you want to serve. The next step, the I, is to identify the problem you solve. So whatever product or service that you are wanting to sell, it needs to solve a specific problem for your specific audience, a problem that they have that they are willing to spend money to have solved for them. If you do not have a product or service that solves a problem for your audience, then you're going to have a hobby, but not an income producing business. So these are really the most important things. You need to have your who, and then you need to have the problem that you solve for that person. Next, you're going to make an irresistible offer. You're going to package the solution to the problem that you're helping solve into something like a course or one-on-one coaching that you can actually sell. To have a profitable business, you need to have a strong offer. Otherwise, you're just kind of going to have a hobby. You're not going to have a profitable income-producing business. Now that you've identified your person, the problem you solve, and you've created an irresistible offer, you are going to pick your platform. You need to have a way to grow an audience. My business coach always says, without an audience, nothing is possible. But with an audience, anything is possible. So you have to be able to actually get out there, get in front of people, and show your offer. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to make any sales, even if your offer is the best thing that they could ever have that's going to offer this incredible transformation. If you don't actually get in front of people, you're not going to be able to sell it. So you're going to think about, where is your ideal audience hanging out? Are they on Instagram? Are they on YouTube? Are they listening to podcasts as they do the dishes? Whatever that platform is, that is the one that you are going to choose. And then you're going to pick the pace that you want to post. We want to be very consistent here, which leads us into the L for our simple business plan, which is lean into consistency. This is huge. This is what builds trust with that audience so that week after week, they are seeing your face, they are hearing your voice, they are building that trust, and they are going to decide, she is the person that I need to help me. If you are not consistent, if you post here and there and then you kind of fall off the radar, they are not going to think of you as a trustworthy person. They are not going to think of you as a high level business, and they're not going to want to give you their money. Okay. So this is so important. Once you pick that platform and you pick your rhythm, you are going to lean into consistency. You're going to schedule on your calendar, and you are going to keep the commitment to yourself to stay consistent, because this is what builds a real business. This is what builds a real trustworthy brand. The final step, the E of our simple business plan, is to expand with systems and automations. Now, we're not going to dive into this too much in this video because this step is more about scaling than starting a business. But just know that once you get your business growing, you can start to implement systems and automations that allow your business to run a little bit more on autopilot so that you can really be doing the things that move the needle in your business. So this is the simple business plan. And those first 4 steps are really the only things that you need to do to launch your business quickly. You need to identify your person, the problem you solve, create an irresistible offer, and pick your platform in your posting rhythm. Once you have done that, you have a business. This most recent business that I've started, I did in less than 30 days because I really boiled it down to these 4 steps, and I did take my time to make sure that I had each one dialed in, but then I was able to be off to the races without spending months just spinning my wheels trying to figure out how to start a business. Okay, so these 4 steps are what you need. And if you would like help with crafting your business plan so that you know exactly what to work on every single week that's going to help you grow and scale this business, I would love for you to apply for my VIP one-on-one coaching program, where I help you create a plan that works exactly for you and your real life to grow this business that you have on your heart. The last thing that I want you to think about today is, what if this works? What if 6 months from now, you are in the middle of building a profitable business? You are staying home with your kids, you have more time with them, you're able to pick them up from school, and you have created some financial margin for your family. I really want you to believe that this is possible for someone like you. If this episode brought you some clarity and encouragement as you consider becoming a stay-at-home mom and growing your own business, I would love for you to subscribe. I post a video here every single week that is absolutely free that can help you do just that, to start, grow, and scale a business from home in 20 hours a week or less. That gives you more financial freedom and more time with your kids. So I would love for you to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you back here again next Tuesday. Have a great week.